Aloha everyone, this is Leimomi Keliikuli, Intuitive Soul Alignment Mindset Coach here, and I'm excited for our day 2 of my 3-day challenge about sacred program launches. So if you guys are listening in, just say hello so that I know that you're there, and of course if you're listening to the replay, you can totally still ask me any questions and anything that you may have got any realizations. I would totally love to hear about it, especially if you watched yesterday's training about sacred creativity. Today we're going to really dive into sacred offers. So I can see maybe a few people are on here. Awesome. So let me first actually I forgot to introduce myself in the last live stream, but I basically am an intuitive soul alignment mindset coach, and I help my clients who are usually authors, speakers, healers, visionaries who really want to take their business to the next level. And they're usually at a space where they have their sacred work that they want to bring out into the world, and they want to live a really fulfilled and purposeful life, and they want to create a life and business really aligned to their soul. So I basically help my clients to kind of move through all of these blocks, these mindset blocks, these blocks, and being able to know what strategies or systems or alignment that they need to do in order to get to their next level. So I basically help people get there in record time by actually aligning to their superpower and activating it so that it creates their life and a business totally in alignment to the way that their soul is designed. So today again, I'm going to talk about sacred offers. So yesterday we talked about sacred creativity. And I really emphasize that that's the first process and stage that you need to do, because you actually really need to unlock deep within your soul and within your heart this unique creation that needs to come through you. A lot of people, when they start their business, they just think, wow, I'm just going to throw any kind of offer out there, and maybe somebody's going to buy it. But that's not always the truth, because deep within your heart and your soul, there's something bigger that needs to come through, but you may be a little bit afraid of, or having some doubt or an uncertainty of exactly what that's going to look like for your life and business and for your ideal client. Hi, Amanda. So yeah, if you guys are listening in, just say hello so I know that you're there. It might go in and out on the live stream, but so sorry about that. So today is about sacred offers, about unleashing potential to 5-figure launches. So if you didn't listen to yesterday's live stream, that was really powerful, because I kind of explained the creation process of how to bring out that type of deep work that your soul is yearning to bring out into the world, and really going into the original why the offer is coming out of you is really important process, and you can't skip that part. So if you didn't listen to the last one, please listen to that one, okay? All right, so today I want to dive into the first 20 minutes of this. I'm going to go over training, and then after that, it's totally just about you asking me any questions about your offers or anything like that. So any ideas that you may have that you want to throw at me, totally do. Okay, so there's 2 major things that I'm going to go over. The first one is about how your successful offer really comes down to these 3 major ingredients. So if you have a journal, if you have it, just bring it out and write these things down. So one of the things that people don't realize is successful launches in general has a lot to do with the energy that you are embodying, and that you are creating on a daily basis too. So whatever you've been doing the past couple of days, whatever you plan on doing the next couple of days, will really affect how your offer is presented and going out there. It's not just, okay, I just post something and then somebody's just going to buy and grab it. The alignment to your offer is more important than anything else. So today I'm going to really dive into how to align to the offer. So maybe now you kind of have a bit of an idea of what you might be launching, because you did the first step of the sacred creativity. Or you may not yet. You have to allow source to kind of like guide you through the process to figure out what action needs to come out of you. And the second process, the second step of the offer, has a lot to do with aligning to your soul's blueprints, aligning to the spirit of your business, your soulmate client, and also your offer. Okay, so that's the three main ingredients that you need in order to have a successful offer. The first one, right, is you need to know the spirit of your business. Okay, and that is a very specific energy. It's the energy of your business that that people receive from you as you express your business. Okay, so the spirit of your business, like for me, the spirit of my business is authenticity. So everything I talk about is based on really bringing in that authentic self in every expression of your being, in your life and your business, because your life and your business is not separate. They're one and whole, right? So your successful offer really has a lot to do with, are you aligning to that specific business energy? And the business energy, especially when you're launching something, you have to be aligned to it, because you could be aligning to a different kind of energy in your business and don't even know it. Through your actions, you're doing actually the wrong business energy. Because you may be doing the wrong superpower, might be doing the wrong parts of your gifts. So I want you to really think about that. What is the spirit of your business? What is the energy of your business? Hi, Nejma. So what is that unique energy of your business? Okay, it's really important to know. And it's not something you just sort of pick. It's actually, I look into your Akashic records. I look into beyond the Akashic records, which is your soul alignment blueprints. And that's where I find a lot of these specific unique energies, because your soul alignment blueprints are actually the specific energies that your type of soul, before when it came from source, okay, is the energy that you were before all timelines and past lives and all kind of stuff before you came into this earth, right? That specific energies that I'm talking about is your soul alignment blueprints, and each part of your blueprints is really important to align to in your daily life. And if you do that, you can manifest amazing things in record time if you align to it. So you have to realize that there's actually different ingredients on how you're going to bring in this alignment, but I'm just going to talk about the alignment part first. Okay, so you first need to decide what is that spirit of your business. Okay, that's the first ingredient, right, to have a successful offer. The second one is the spirit of your soulmate client. So what is the superpowers, right, of your ideal client? And it's actually very specific. Who is it really for? So like, for example, I know that my main gifts are all about love, power, and creation, and in that specific order. That has a lot to do also with your offer. So if you are aligning in the wrong order, right, of your main gifts, it's going to actually throw your clients away from you. They're not going to be attracted to you because you are using the wrong energy, right, in the wrong order. I did that. So I understand it totally. It actually creates more dissonance between you and your ideal client. So what is the real spirit, right, of your soulmate client? You have to really ask that question. What is the superpowers of your ideal client? So I know for sure that most of my clients are power Haldarians, that this is their type of soul type. And because I've been working with a lot of people over the past like 2 years, and I realized that because I read so many people's blueprints, I was like adding up like which superpowers were it, and I was like, oh, they are all power, love, and expression type of clients, or creation type of clients. That's mainly like their superpower. So then when I realized that, I actually started to rewrite that in terms of like titles. So that's why I decided, okay, these are healers, these are leaders, these are speakers, these are creative souls, right? So I turned the superpower into a specific type of title that people resonate to, that they can say, oh yes, that's me. I'm a healer, I am a leader, I am a speaker, right? It has to resonate to the specific superpower of your type of soulmate client, right? So what is the spirit of your soulmate client? What kind of energies of their soul are they? And you actually have to experiment a lot with it, because, but what I have found is that this is why you need to know your 3 main gifts, because if you know the order of it, it's going to really, really help you be able to pinpoint them and grab them. So like, for example, as soon as I get on a phone call with any of my potential clients, or I'm text messaging with them because they're asking me questions, I'm like, I wonder if what is her superpower? Well, what is the energy of her type of soul? And sure enough, it's exactly the right specific ideal client. Like I said, I usually end up with power Haldarians or love Haldarians or Mintakins, or, so like I was able to pinpoint exactly who she is. Then that allows me to serve her even better, because I know her lifestyle. I know what she thinks about, what her pain points are, right? I know people talk about this about your soulmate client, but you actually have to understand that the order of the way that your type of soul is and the gifts makes it so much important for you, because you can actually create offers based on each one of your main gifts. Okay, so Nejma says, the right order concept feels really potent, but it's totally mystery to me. Can you say more? Yeah. What you want to do actually, Nejma, is maybe even go into the Akashic records more. Really dive into it, since you already know how to do that. Some people just have a natural ability to kind of like can have an idea of which direction that looks like. So when you actually explore your Akashic records and you actually go beyond the Akashic records, you can actually kind of like get a feel of what kind of energies that your ideal client might be. The best way is also to just talk to them, to get to know your clients. So if you're just starting off, or you're just not clear about like what kind of offer to give them, you can totally do market research and talk directly to people who have sort of the ideal concepts that will get what you offer. Okay, so I did that in the very beginning in my business. This is why I gave a lot of free readings and a lot of the free calls, and I read their souls, and I didn't tell them the exact details of it because it was just too much information anyway. But I read their souls beforehand, and then I got to know their qualities of them. So like actually talking to real life people over and over again is really, really important process. So that's the other thing that you need to create, is you need to create your ideal clients, like all the clients that whoever work with you, you have to create a network. So whenever I have an offer or an idea or something that I think like would be good for my ideal clients, that to bring it out into the world, I go ask directly to them, specifically those that have that those superpowers, and I will ask them just basic questions like, what do you do about this? And if I made an offer about that, like, would that interest you? How would that look like? What are your struggles right now? Because as they go in and they buy things from me, I get a deeper understanding about the process of what it takes for them to go from where they were before when they started to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. So the progression of your ideal client, you actually learn through actually doing it with them. So as soon as you've got like 5 people or something, throw them in a beta program, get to know each one of those kind of clients, and then find out which one of them that actually really, really you resonate with. And then what eventually will happen is your marketing will become so damn good that you actually get exactly all of them. So when I launched my Soul Alignment Blueprints modality, actually, all of them are power Haldarians. So I thought that was really funny. All 6 of them are power Haldarians. So there's no coincidence, right? Because I know that my message deeply touches a very specific person. and a very specific energy, right, of her type of soul. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to work with other people, but it means that I enjoy a certain type of soul, and they also enjoy me so much, right? So then it's like a win-win between you two. So that's the really big question, is to ask this one, right? What is the spirit of your soulmate client? What is the specific energy, and who really is that for, right? So you can do that by using certain titles, like what I said, as a healer, or teacher, or visionary, or something. But you actually need to ask them what title really resonates with them. That's also what I tested too. I was trying to figure out, okay, if it's a healer, then they can be a healer and a leader, right? Or they can be a graphic designer or a biz strategist or something like that. But when I know who exactly I work with, it's easier to pinpoint her as soon as she starts talking to me, because I'm like, oh, that's her. That's my soulmate client there, right? Najma says, so you tend to attract the literally soulmates clients who vibrate like you. Yes, that's exactly how you know that you have been really good at your messaging and your marketing, is that they come exactly the right superpower, the right energy, right, of the soul, that you two resonate with each other. Okay, so that's number 2 ingredient. That was really long. The first one, right, is what is the spirit of your business, the energy of your business energy. In order to have a successful offer, you need that one important thing. What is your business energy? Second is the spirit of your soulmate client. So what is the specific superpower, the energies of her type of soul, and how can you attract her to you, right? Number 3 is you need the spirit of your offer. This is the other part that people don't realize, that your offer is a certain kind of spirit. It's a certain kind of energy also. So what is the ultimate transformation, right, of what you're delivering? What is the outcome of that service or that product that you are giving to that person, right? So this is why, again, your 3 main gifts is really important, because you can also use this in a sense. So like I said, I know my energy goes from love, power, and creation. So I know in the end product of anything that I create is I help them create amazing things in their life. That's the end product, is creation. So as you saw in all of my marketing, I was talking about sacred creativity, about expressing, right, what they really want to say and bring out into the world. Those are very much all the power and creations. But ultimately, I know they are coming to me because they know that I am a love superpower. Energetically, whether you know it or not, you know that you are connected to me because I deliver love to you. No matter what I say or what I do, the energy behind what I do has to come from that specific superpower. So what I'm talking about right now, just so you guys know, this is spiritual mindset. This is where you align to the specific parts of your soul, and you use that to change mindsets that you do in your daily life, your lifestyle, the way that your soul is designed, right? This is why I use that kind of language. So the spirit of everything that you do actually comes from your blueprints, your soul alignment blueprints. When you really understand your whole blueprints and you use each part of your soul alignment blueprints, they all make complete sense, right? So from A to Z, you can be like, okay, my low end offer is all about this love and connection, right? So obviously that's what I'm creating for you. I'm holding space for you, so you can come to an awakening to deeply understand what it is that your type of soulmate clients want, what is it that they need, but I'm holding a loving space. So whatever I do in my life and my business is based upon that specific energy. Your soul has that specific type of energy. So does your business, so does your soulmate client, so does your offer. So the end part of your offer, again, will have to be related to those 3 main kind of gifts. So how you deliver it, right, from your low end to your mid end to your high end offers is based upon your 3 main gifts. So all of my low end offers all start with the love energy. So as you see, I'm talking about things about authenticity, about healings, about activations, about clearings. That's the main thing that I deliver in my low-end offers. In my mid-end offers, I actually take you to another level where I teach you, right, how to use your higher psychic abilities in a way that calls into manifestation of your ideal clients, which is mindset, right? So this is why I'm a mindset coach, because even though I start with love, I'm actually helping you change your lifestyle and everything in your business, because it goes towards the energy of power and the mindset, and teaching you these type of tools to help you manifest whatever it is you're going to create, right? Which goes into creation. So in creation, I'm always talking about, right, your creativity. I don't care how your offer looks like or what exactly the little details is, because in the ultimate result is you are creating something very unique and creative. So do you see how when you know all of these parts of your blueprints, it's going to help pinpoint each part of your offer, each part of what your business is about, each part of what your soulmate client is, because they're going to resonate to each part of those parts of your blueprints. Okay, so anyway, that's the three. What was it? The successful offer comes from those three ingredients, right? So you need the spirit of your business, the spirit of your soulmate client, and the spirit of your offer. Okay. So next, now I want to talk about the 4 steps to unleashing your sacred offer. So that next step, how do you bring it from unlocking it from within your heart, which is what we did with sacred creativity, then how do you unleash it into a real offer? And tomorrow I'm going to talk about sacred launches. So that's a whole nother level. So first we need to talk about unleashing, right, this new type of offer. So actually, I kind of went over it a bit, but the first step, right, is you actually need to take those 3 ingredients I just told you, right? The spirit of your biz, the spirit of your soulmate client, the spirit of your offer, and you need to align to them in your life, in your business. And this is the part that's the hard part, because this is part of spiritual mindset, is that you actually have to figure out your unique way that you can align to these specific energies, right? So, for example, my energies, my biz energy is authenticity. My soulmate client are obviously power type of souls, or love type of souls, or creative type of souls. And then what was the other one? My offer was really about really about love, and bringing out that unique blueprint and teaching them how to bring it out, right? So what I needed to do, right, was align to love, authenticity, and power, love, and creation, which is basically what my soul is about, my main gifts are. So that's the next step, right? So first you need to know what are the 3 main ingredients that you need, right? What is the specific energies? And then the second step is you need to ask where in your life or your business that you're not aligned to that in any form or any way, right? Where are you not aligning to that specific energies? So that's where you actually need to look into the third step, okay, which is, what actions in your 10 life areas that you really need to change in order to align to that specific offer that you're creating, okay? So your 10 life areas are like your finances, spiritual development, personal development, business, family and friends, all of these. Like, think about what your life areas. What I'm talking about is actually success mindset here. So what in your lifestyle, in any of these 10 life areas, what are these kind of like actions that you are taking that may not even be aligned to that 3 specific things, right? Your biz energy, your soulmate client, and your offer. So for me, right, was authenticity and love, and connection, and power, love, and creation. So when I actually, about a week before I launched it, I actually had this big realization that I was actually not aligning to my love, and completely to my freedom and liberation, because I had a lot of health issues that were coming up. So this is where I looked into all my life areas, and that's also one of them is the health. So I was like, why is it that, okay, I'm good in my business, I'm good in my spiritual development, I'm good in my personal development. Like I could pinpoint, okay, I'm good in that, I'm not good at that, right? And I went through all of them. I was like, wow, my health really sucks. What is it about my health issues that are coming up that is not allowing me, right, to completely step into this new offer? And what was the thing that came up was that, okay, because I'm not healthy, then why would I even launch this offer in the first place? And this is why the fear came up. Like I told you guys yesterday, that the fear came up that, like, what if nobody buys it because I'm sick, right? Or I'm not in good condition. I do have adrenal fatigue, and I'm actually found out that I have some thyroid, hypothyroidism type of problem. And I didn't really know what all of these things were because I never really looked into the specifics of why that all showed up. So that's actually what I did for the past month. I actually opened myself up to getting help in every part of my 10 life areas. And specifically, I wanted to understand my health issues, why they were coming up. They were all very karmic. They're genetic for me. They were things that were coming up with my sister, my parents, and my brother, and stuff like that, right? So I really wanted to go deep into how can I be more authentic and show up in a way, but still do what I love doing and not care about what other people are going to think about me, right? So I know a lot of you, when you first put out your offer, you're having a lot of doubt, or you're having a lot of fear, right? Or, you're just uncertain, not clear, right? Why you're not there yet is because there's something inside of you that's not fully showing up to be authentic, right? So that's why actually I talked about it. I was like, I have this condition. I don't know why. And I actually reached out to a lot of my friends and my family. I had like 3.5-hour conversation with my sister because she had thyroid cancer around my age. So I was trying to understand where was all of this all coming from. And I saw a theme that everybody around my age, especially like my sister before she gave birth to her, after she gave birth to her daughter, which is the same thing that happened to me when my conditions like this started happening. So when I dug deeper, right, into my life areas, I was like, oh my God, no wonder this is coming up right now, because it's affecting in each one of my 10 life areas. But the theme behind it was me being able to slow down, to love myself, right, to create an authentic place for myself that I feel good, that I feel safe, that I am loved and supported. That was the main thing that came up when I did some hypnotherapy sessions and stuff like this. So I was like really looking deeply into why I was having these type of issues as to why I couldn't launch the thing that I wanted. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm just giving you an example so you can see how deep you need to go. You need to really look into each part of your life areas. If it could even be like a relationship that you have with somebody that they're controlling you a lot, right? It can be money. You don't have money in your bank account for a certain reason, right? Because you're blocking something in your relationship, or, again, with your health, or you're in the wrong environment. We think that our offers have nothing to do with our life areas, but I have to tell you that if you are not aligned in any of those 10 life areas in any form or any way, it's going to affect how you bring out this offer. So you can have those 3 ingredients, but you actually really, right, need to ask those questions, right? So where in your life and your business are you not aligning to those 3 major things, right? The 3 ingredients, and what actions in your 10 life areas that you really need to change in order to align to that offer, right? Because remember, the offer for my ideal client was love, because they needed to be able to use their psychic abilities in order to share what they actually love doing, right? And teach that using the soul alignment blueprints that I'm going to teach them at a whole nother level. So when I recognized that, I was like, wow, there's so many things that I need to do with my health condition in order for me to be really, really aligned to this offer. So that's the third step, right? The 4th step is the pre-launch stage. So the pre-launch stage of your of this is usually like 2 weeks before whenever you launch your offer, right? And you're creating the stage for your ideal clients to be able to find you with those 3 main ingredients, right? So the pre-launch stage is putting your offer out there, but aligned to those 3 ingredients. And through consistent action, that is, again, the energies of your superpower. And that needs to be done within the first 2 weeks. So that's basically what happened for like the 2 weeks. I was crying. I was I was like going through a lot of deep stuff to really uncover where all of these issues were coming from. That was regarding in my health part, and also it affected my money, how much money I could create, because obviously I felt like I couldn't work and show up because I was afraid that, well, I would look funny or something, or like those visibility type of stuff, because I didn't feel safe enough to be there, because my energy was always very low, right? So for the first 2 weeks, I was just like really deeply going into what part of that life area that I needed to change. And I reached out to tons of people, and I did sessions with tons of people. It just got me to a point where I realized, again, what I really wanted, because going back to yesterday, right? What do you want to create? What is the origin of your why? Why do you want to create this offer? Who the heck is it for that they're going to really love it and align to it, right? That part is, I think, the hardest part, because you can easily give energy and to other people, even do it for free, right? But the original why behind the why of what you're doing, it has to come from your sacred creativity. Then when you create the sacred offer, all of this all makes sense. Totally makes sense. You're like, okay, so I just need those 3 ingredients. I'm aligning to, I'm going to take action to, I'm going to make a change in my life areas. And then the 2 weeks before that, right, before the pre-launch stage, then when I actually launch the thing, I'm totally in alignment to it. So I have to tell you that I launched the thing on Tuesday. I'm telling you the process of what happened. I just literally made that post about my offer, which is my Soul Alignment Blueprints modality. And I was like really petrified the day before. But I recognized that was deep fear of not being able to fully express a new version, right, of what I wanted to say in the world. And so I was like living in it. I was just like, on Wednesday, I cried all day. I was like, why am I crying? I was like over and over and over again. I was just crying. I kept asking myself, why are you crying? And my soul was just like, I'm just so happy that you kind of are ready to decide to let this go and bring this new modality into the world, and just do it. And something in my soul just kind of like, I don't know, like I unlocked something in my heart. And this is why I'm talking about unleashed potential, because it literally feels like that. Like it was like a click, and then my heart completely opened. And I think right when I went camping and everything, and I went into nature, because nature is where I feel the most support. And by the way, if you don't feel supported, be in nature. It helps. That's the only way you're going to get support, is because nature loves you unconditionally. So before we went camping, I just told my husband, okay, make that email the day before we leave, and then set it up for when we're gone, and to remind people at the last day that you need to buy it, right? And literally that was just like 2 or 3 days. And so I said, okay, let's just completely let go of the way that it's supposed to look like. Who the heck is going to, buy it from me? And I remember that Thursday after I sent out the email, and then I had a date night with my husband, because that was the other thing that I wanted to work out, because that was like our first date in like 5 years. We didn't have a chance to really have a lot of time with each other. So I was just like, just totally enjoy and have fun and be love and connection, because remember, that's the energy of my offer, and it's also the authenticity energy of my business. So I had to like align to that. So for that 4 days, literally from Wednesday to the Saturday of my launch, I just cried a lot. And I actually created a love and connection with my husband, with my son, with even my family members that I didn't meet them for a very, very long time. We spent like a couple days with them. Just I did whatever I could do to align to those three major ingredients, right? The soulmate client, the specific energy of my business, right? And the offer. And next thing I know is that in my account, I was making $997 and $6,000 plus went in my bank account. And actually also I had another client who actually owed me money, and she paid it in full. So you never know where the money is going to come from. When you unleash something within your heart chakra, and everybody's so moved by this new version, this new way of your giving out into the world, you never know who's going to sign up. And I never reached out to anybody. I just sent an email to everybody because in my heart, I knew that this modality meant so much to me, because it's something that I've been waiting for to launch, but it was just never the right timing because I had to go through all of that misalignments to understand my ideal client. So you have to remember that everything that you're experiencing in your life, they're all about that deeper connection to your soul. So if you're not clear about the energies like this and you're actually taking action away from it, the launch will never really be created. You may not even get to the point where you actually execute it, right? Most people, they get stuck on the first two steps of this launching process, which is, the creativity part. They bring out the sacred creation and they bring out maybe the sacred offer, but they don't actually fully execute it that's in alignment to those three main ingredients. So I really, really, really want you to think about that. So that's what the homework is for today, okay? Is answer that question, right? So what is the three ingredients in your successful offer, okay? So what energies do you actually need to align to? And then the second one, right, is which life area do you need to change in order to align to that sacred offer, okay? So everything that I was saying, right, sounds very simple, but this is the hardest part of the process because this is spiritual mindset. You actually have to understand at a deeper level and execute it to really be able to pull in the right people to you. So the first part, remember like how I said I was crying that whole day? That was releasing the fear, releasing of my doubt, releasing of my sadness about my health, releasing about everything. And then that unlocked something within me that unleashed something even deeper, right? That people energetically just responded to. I was not trying hard at all. When it comes to launches, this is the steps that you actually need to take. It's a spiritual type of launch. It's not just, I just put the offer and let's see whoever bites. You actually have to go through the first part of the process and you actually have to execute it in a way that's really aligned to your soul. The only reason I used email was because I felt like my audience already knows me pretty well and they already saw my journey for the past 2 years. So the execution of it, that made total sense. If they've been following me for past 7 years and been on my email list or whatever, and then they saw that I finally was launching this modality that I kept talking about and the things that I've been doing in my business for the past 2 years, right? It made complete sense to send an email. That's all. For some people, that might be because your engagement is in your Facebook group, but then put the offer more in your Facebook group and get people more engaged in your Facebook group, right? Your execution has to be totally in alignment to the offer, to the ideal client where they're hanging out, to the energies of what you're aligning to bring out your sacred offer. Each part of this process, you have to do each part. And there has to be a balance between what's in your head, your ideas, right? To what mindset shifts you need to change, to the strategy, which is the plan you're going to do, to the actual execution. So you see how there's really like stages. So if you miss any of those stages in any form, and you can think about this also with your previous launches, this is what I wanted you to think about also. In your previous launches, where do you suck at? I always bring this up because this is the real truth behind why the launch never really goes well for you. It's because you have to see where you suck at and where do you need to improve. And if you're not really good at that part, maybe outsource it or hire somebody else to help you with that specific process, right? A lot of people hire me because they have deeper spiritual mindset issues that they're not really aware of. So when they actually understand the concepts behind what I'm talking about, like this is all spiritual mindset I'm talking about to you guys, then their business flourishes like really amazingly fast. I've seen people who have like zero money in the bank account to make 6 figures because they just use their spiritual mindset in a way that really brings in money and abundance and manifestations in record time, because they do the steps, right, to figure out where they need to change and shift. Because mindset is not just in your head, not you journaling all day. Your mindset has to do the action that you actually do in your life areas. And if you don't know which part of your life area that you're not really working on consistently, right, then the launch never really gets fully executed the right way, right? So again, now if you guys have any questions, totally put in the comments here. Now let's talk about, any questions that you guys have for me. So Nejma says, I reckon that failing to execute is due to the previous steps not being done in full alignment. Right, that's also the big thing, is that if you don't do the major portion that I just talked about, the sacred creativity, the sacred creativity and the sacred offer part, then execution doesn't make sense. I've seen people just execute it and then not really think about the background stuff. Or they over analyze everything and they overwhelm themselves with all the little details, and then they actually don't execute the strategy behind it really well because they're overwhelmed and they don't really feel good, right, in alignment to their offer. All right, so I see Lisa Marie's here, Amanda's here. You guys have any questions for me? I've been going at it for almost an hour. Almost an hour. I think we have like 5 more minutes. So think about this, okay? So this is your homework, is to go, right, look at what are your 3 ingredients for your successful offer? What energies will you align to? And the second one, which is which life areas that you need to change in order to align to your sacred offer. So if you guys just jumped on in, totally watched the replay, because I just told you guys amazing content. So which life area? So usually it's like 1 or 2. For me, I think it was my finances and my health at the time, because my health affected my finances while making money in my business. So, because my relationships and everything like that all seemed fine, because I actually worked on it for the past couple months, because my health was failing and I needed to feel love and support from them. So I felt that loving energy from my family and my husband's family, but the money and the health was still like failing. I felt like a complete failure. Like I was like, I don't know what's going on or what's wrong with me, other than it's just getting worse. So think about, again, which life area that you're going to change. And today I actually want you to go take an action to it, to think about an action that will align you to those 3 ingredients, right? To make your offer, your successful offer, and start coming up with some ideas about what that kind of program might look like, okay? And how you can do that is, again, look at the transformation. So what is the transformation that your ideal client is getting from you, right? For me, that was love and connection. And then I kind of because I'm process, I work forward. So I thought about what was the process that they need to go to get to the end product, which is that they actually can leverage their time, save their time, not be on phone calls all day. Because when you do coaching or when you do readings for people, right, usually we have to use our time. But when you use these soul alignment blueprints in your life, in your business, because that's what I'm teaching about Soul Alignment Blueprints, is to teach you how to create everything that your ideal client needs in order to get to their next step, or to get the clarity that they need in order to move forward. So I didn't realize how powerful these blueprints were until actually I started creating recordings, and I made the PDF for my ideal client. I figured out a way where I didn't need to be on the phone call with them, and all they needed to do was listen to recordings from me and use their blueprints with the PDF that I made for them. So then we're saving both of our times. I'm not on a phone call for 3 hours and explaining about their soul. I used to do that. And my clients used to be like, I'm tired. This is a lot of information. I was like, yeah, it's a lot of information to sit through. So I found the way, right, to make it so it's easy for my ideal client to work with me, to actually experience, to get the whole alignment thing, but on their own time, and I can save myself time, right? So do you see that the whole point of the transformation was to save people time? I'm all about that now. I realize time is very precious. It's a bigger commodity than money. If you can save save time, you're amazing person. Alrighty. So again, if you guys love everything that I share, please share this on top of your personal live stream. And also, if you do each one of these prompts, right, for the next 3 days, and just put it below this video, just take a picture of, just write it down or whatever on a piece of paper, or type it up on top of here. And then I'm going to put you guys all into like a little basket of names, and whoever I pull, I will give you a prize. But at the end of this 3-day challenge. Okay. Alrighty. Any last questions? Yeah, Nejma, if you could share, that would be so awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa Marie. So think about that. What you need to do to change today. And don't be afraid to make that step. And it could be something that takes you time, and something that just could be this one thing that really shifts everything. So don't overthink it. For me, it took me a lot to understand my health condition, my family's health conditions, all of this stuff, being able to talk to my sister, the issues that I have with my brother, my mom, my parents, and all of this kind of things, right? I didn't realize how deeply it was connected to my emotional part of how I feel supported from my family members, right? But once I uncovered it, I was able to just say, wow, thank you so much. So actually now I feel so much more compassion to anybody that has health issues, and anybody who's ever, lost anything in their life, in their business, right? Because if you don't have your health, there's no way you can be completely happy, right? This is why people fall into depression. This is why people feel really sad most of their life, because they don't have a purpose. They don't have anything, right? So think about where in your market you can totally deliver something that's so valuable, that creates happiness at every level in their life, in their business. And for me, that is creating this modality, creating my Being Alohi Academy. If I didn't take that next step and I said yes to it, right, I don't think I would have had an amazing launch like this. And this launch was not on purpose. It was just, I just wanted to break through something that was really hurting me inside, which was affecting my health. And I think as soon as I did that, my health actually has been getting a bit better. I still have some tests and stuff like that to go through, but I think like it's good in the next couple of months, it's going to feel much better. Why? Because I decided to take ownership of the issues that are in that part of my life area, so that I can improve the other parts. Okay. And so, yeah, if you guys love this stuff, totally share it. And I will be giving a new offer to you guys tomorrow. So just, if you didn't listen to the past recordings, please do that also. I'm going to have an amazing offer that will help you guys make an amazing launch, your own sacred launch, and with a big masterclass for you guys And also, if you would like to join my Soul Alignment Blueprints modality, I also will give you that chance before it goes completely live. All right. You guys all have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Aloha. Bye.